Well, hello there. It's Dr. Jim, and I have been on a writing binge, reading like crazy, researching like crazy for a lot of new topics. And I have a good one for you. It's something that's very important to me and to a lot of people. Brain boosting foods. You have to feed your brain. Most people think I have to feed my belly. I feel empty. I feel hungry down here, but it's really our brains that we should be focusing on, along with our gut. So, this is brain boosting foods. And check this out: 86 billion brain cells, and the engines that make those cells run are mitochondria. Those are extremely important. Researchers in aging are really diving deep into mitochondria and their relationship with the aging process. But these cells and these mitochondria require a lot of fuel to keep them running. Without enough brain fuel, guess what we experience? Brain fog, mental fatigue, forgetfulness, and at times, insatiable hunger. And I believe that's where that funny term comes from: hangry, hungry, and angry, because we're not feeding our brain. So don't be hangry. Despite only being 2 to 3% of our body's total volume, the brain accounts for 20 to 25% of our resting metabolic rate and consumes around 25% of all of the oxygen that we breathe and the food that we eat. This little organ up here is taking up a lot of air and food, and it has to. So we have to feed our brain. Most people feel that empty feeling in their belly, or they have a craving for a particular type of food, and we call it hunger. Another way of thinking about eating or nutrition in general is to eat for your brain's health. And luckily, there are plenty of foods that I think you probably love already or you haven't tried. There are things that I'm now trying. Just yesterday, I tried avocados for the very first time. I don't know why I didn't like them before, or I thought I didn't like them. Now I'm putting them on everything. Luckily, there are plenty of foods that are going to keep our brains running effectively, efficiently, and we can create more of that brain boosting diet that's going to support both short term and long term brain function, which is really important now at my age and at your age. But as we age, this becomes even more important. Okay, so we know that the brain requires lots of nutrients to stay healthy, including omega-3 fatty acids. We hear about that all the time, which help build and repair brain cells, and then antioxidants, which I'm a big fan of, which reduce cellular stress and that terrible I word, inflammation. So let's take a look at some foods that will boost our brain. And we should really go back. I know, we talk about the Mediterranean diet, which is fantastic. I'm a big believer and a fan of that. But we should eat like our ancestors. Thousands of years ago, hunters and gatherers sought out places that provided them enough food and enough nutrition to stay there for a while before they moved on to another place. When the food ran out, they had to wander around to the next area where there was an abundance of something for them to eat. What were they eating? I know this is going to sound very cliche. Nuts and berries. Nuts and berries probably help to save the human race. They are extremely important to get in our diets. Getting nuts and seeds into our daily diet is a smart move for better brain health. Nuts and seeds contain omega-3 fatty acids, antioxidants, but they're also loaded with vitamin E, which protects cells from oxidative stress caused by free radicals. And we know what free radicals do. They start disease processes throughout our system somewhere. Studies show that regular consumption of nuts and berries and seeds are all linked to better brain function in later life and may actually reduce our risk for developing Alzheimer's disease. So I'm in. A bowl of one of my favorite things, a bowl of oats in the morning, a bunch of I love blueberries, a bunch of blueberries, walnuts or pecans. Get that, you're ready to go for the day. Now, peanuts are pretty darn powerful too. Some people are allergic, and I'm very sensitive to that. I do understand that, but they do have excellent brain boosting profiles because they're loaded with vitamins and minerals, including vitamin E and resveratrol, which is found in red wine. So I get a little bit of that every night. But resveratrol may have both protective as well as preventive, that's huge, effects for certain diseases like cancer, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, other neurological and neurodegenerative disorders, and inflammation. So, berries. Let's go back to berries. Berries contain flavonoid antioxidants which reduce inflammation and oxidative stress. The positive brain effects of eating berries include the following: improving communication between our brain cells, reducing inflammation throughout the entire body and our brain. They reduce or delay neurodegenerative disorders, even MS, multiple sclerosis. They reduce cognitive decline in general as we age. They increase a very important process called plasticity, which is important in the formation of new brain cell connections. And eating berries helps to boost learning and memory. Oilier fishes are better for the brain than non-oily fishes. So I have a hard time with this one in particular. My wife Annabelle just got on a salmon kick, and salmon is so darn healthy for you. I'm going to have to go down that path. When it comes to fish and the brain, the oilier, the better. Oily fish are a great source of omega-3 acids, which help build membranes around brain cells and improve the actual structures of brain cells. Omega-3 fatty acids are associated with increased blood flow in the brain, better cognition, better memory. Tuna and salmon are good. But if you're not into these types of fish, like I really am not, you could try things like soybeans, nuts, and flax seeds because they all contain omega-3 fatty acids that your brain requires. Now, cruciferous vegetables. What are these? Our ancient ancestors had a diet which we know was very plant rich. And really, we should be getting a lot of raw plants, clean plants in our diet. Getting cruciferous vegetables into our daily diet includes eating things like broccoli, Brussels sprouts, bok choy, cabbage, cauliflower, turnips, and kale. And these add a lot of fuel to our brain. These vegetables are rich in dietary fiber, vitamin C, and flavonoids. And we know what they do. They reduce oxidative stress and lower the risk of developing neurodegenerative disorders. Some nutritional experts actually believe that kale should be classified as a superfood. I love kale chips. You cut up kale, chop it up into chip size pieces. You throw it under the broiler like on a cookie sheet. A little olive oil, a little Himalayan sea salt, or whatever the case is. They're yummy. Really, really good. Soy. Now, some people are also intolerant or sensitive to soy products. But man, soy is healthy for your brain. It's rich in polyphenols, which are a group of powerful antioxidants also found in red wine. Research has linked polyphenols to a reduced risk of dementia, improved cognitive abilities, and improved aging in general. Those are a lot of benefits. Soy products also contain specific polyphenols called isoflavones. which also have a wide range of brain boosting health benefits. So get those soy products, as long as you're not sensitive to them, into your diet. For instance, I love bok choy. And I love cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, broccoli, all that. And always remember this, there's a rule of thumb. Foods that are good for your brain are really good for your gut. Whole grains. Whole grains are a great source of vitamin E and multiple B vitamins, which have almost endless. I could do a whole show just on whole grain and the power of whole grains. But whole grains are really good for your brain. They are natural anti-inflammatories which protect the brain and improve and protect memory. Whole grains include oatmeal, whole grain breads, whole grain pastas, brown rice, which I really love brown rice, barley, and Bulgar wheat. Okay, my final thoughts before I close this down. Our brain is an amazing organ. It relies on constant fuel to maintain healthy functioning now and as we age. While a quick cup of coffee, which I have right here in my David Bowie cup, everything tastes better in a David Bowie cup. Quick cup of coffee is going to give me the caffeine, which my brain also likes. And it's going to boost my cognitive abilities and keep me sharp. But it's short-lived. Caffeine goes like this and then boom, like that. A healthier way to maintain optimum brain health is by getting the right boosting foods into our daily diets. Hey, if our ancient ancestors who were hunting and gathering and running from animals and grabbing honey and berries and nuts and plants and trying to survive, if they can eat brain boosting foods, then you and I can too. Thanks for spending some time with me. I'm Dr. Jim. Keep coming back for more good information. Thank you for your time. I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you'd like to learn more about our products, you can find the link to the website in the description. And I'd also like to give you a coupon code if you'd like to try some of the products. For your first purchase, use the code YouTube to receive 20% off your first purchase. I hope you enjoy the products.